You are listening to the Slip Punches Show with your host, Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports, your boxing champions.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. We're slipping in the show real quick. The Slip Punches Show, we're back this evening. We have a special guest coming on the show. He was on our show back in August. We'd like to welcome welterweight young fighter, 18 years old, young in the sport, in the professional sport of boxing. He's just a great young kid, and we're just really delighted to have Vito back on the show. Vito Mielnicki Jr., how you doing today?
What's up? How are you? I'm doing good. Just got done training, so I just got back. Feel great. How about you?
I'm good. How's your family? How was the New Year's?
It was good. I was actually out in LA for New Year, so I wasn't with my family, but I was with my family on Christmas, so that was good. But overall, I'm happy everyone's healthy and safe, and that's all we could really ask for at this time that we're in.
Hey, listen, on behalf of Empire Pro Tape, Latinbox Sports, man, we thank you so much for coming back on the show. We appreciate this very, very much because you kind of really ended the year with a bang. You know, talk about that last fight. You won by unanimous decision at the AT&T Arena in front of maybe 14,000 people. That must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was a great experience, and it was a great fight for my career overall. I fought a guy that he came to fight. He wasn't there to lay down. And fights like that benefit me more than a first round knockout would, because I'm not going to be getting first round knockouts every fight like later on in my career. So me going the distance, going 6 rounds, settling into the fight, it was good for my career just because I know what's going to happen later on in my career and the fights that I'm going to be in. So going rounds it was great.
It was so funny because Steven was trying his best to make efforts to dictate, and you wouldn't allow him to do that. You were punching with the puncher. And I mean, really, how did it feel working with Mr. Guzin? Because, so much love and respect for him. He's a Jedi in the sport. How did it feel having him in the corner?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to just say the locker room, it was great. He's been there so many times that it just felt like another day for him, which is what I want in my corner when I'm going into that world title fight. I don't want just having a guy that's already been there. He's been to every stage of the game. But in terms of the locker room, it was great. I had a sweat going before I stepped in the ring. And then in the corner, he's real calm, just real calm how he's telling me all my instructions. Because if you, as a trainer, if you're screaming, if you start to raise your voice, and then he's not doing that in the gym, if he changes his tone that he doesn't have in the gym, some fighters, they could throw it off. So obviously, Joe, it's great working with Joe. I've learned so much with him, and once all these pieces of puzzle come together with mixing in what he's showing me, what I already have, it's going to be a great recipe.
I'll tell you, I mean, you have family there, I'm sure, having them there with you, and of course, adapting to all the changes with COVID-19. It was so gratifying fighting around, hearing fans, and I'm sure that was really great.
Yeah, having the fans there is nothing like a crowd at a fight. Hearing the oohs, the ahs, obviously you're zoned in, but for some fighters, the crowd, it helps them get up for the fight. But for me, I mean, I know what I'm there for. I know that I have one job. So whether there was a crowd there or not, I was going to do my job. So, but obviously the bigger names like Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, them going from fighting in the Barclays or wherever they were, the Staples Center, with thousands of fans, and then going to fighting with no fans, for them it could really throw them off. Obviously, but obviously with them having fans. Not full capacity. It sounded like full capacity, but not. It definitely was great just being in that atmosphere.
Vito, it sounds so much just by hearing you speak. You're embracing the moment. Yeah. This is astonishing for an 18-year-old young man like you to carry yourself in the sport of boxing, the professional sport of boxing, the way you do, and to be able to shortly accomplish these goals. And I'd like you to walk us through that for the younger generation of boxers, because I mean your amateur record over 147 wins, you know, since you were a little boy.
Yeah.
So you've been fighting basically all your young life.
Hmm.
Being in the position you're in now, how gratifying is that? I mean, to carry yourself where you are. You're on course.
Yeah. So for me, I just think of it like this: every day that I'm training, every second that I'm training, it takes one slip up, and everything could be gone. One slip up, you don't do that extra round. You don't do that. You miss one push up. You miss one sit up. One slip up it takes, and everything could be gone. And me growing up, I was always brought up. I have a great family. They raised me, my mom, my dad. I was raised right. Um, I really can't ask for much more. They always told me they always told me that at any point something could disappear, it could be gone. So when you're in that moment, always embrace it and take everything. Just if I'm gonna fight, round by round, second by second. Don't ever get ahead of yourself. Always just stay dedicated, work hard day in and day out, and keep dreaming because dreams do come true. For me, growing up, I always had a dream of fighting in a football stadium. And then my seventh fight was actually in a football stadium, Cowboy Stadium, Jerry's World. And my dreams are going to keep coming true because I've always dreamt of becoming a world champ, and that's soon going to happen. Just got to take it step by step by step. My advisor, Al Heyman, Premier Boxing Champions, they're going to put me in the best position possible, fight in, fight out. And I can't wait for what the future holds. Obviously, 2021, it's a new year. I'm not with all the new year, new me stuff, but I'm with every year I'm going to be my same person. Just keep grinding, stay humble, and just keep working.
Now, champ, again, and I continue with all due respect to commend you, because here right now we're all, dealing day by day with the whole coronavirus all over the US, all over the world, and safety precautions and what have you. For you to make a decision after your fight in Texas, shortly after the holidays, to go right back to training camp in California, this is something you really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously the coronavirus cases, they've been rising. They've been on the rise again. But for me to get where I want to be and always have that dream, I want to have that dream come true where I could tell my mom and dad, you don't have to work again. This is where I have to be, and just keep grinding. Like I said, if it takes, obviously I've sacrificed a lot in the past, but for me, they don't even feel like sacrifices because I'm doing what I love. So I'm just working because I want to, like I said, I have dreams since I was a kid that I want to come true, that are going to come true for me in the future. And for that to happen, I need to be here working with Joe Goosen, and just working hard and just put my head down and keep going forward.
Now, Vito, of course, and it's, make no mistake about it, you're a fan of boxing.
Yeah,
You're
100%.
not just a professional athlete, prize fighter, up and coming future star. We can go on and on and on and on. Have you seen the fight the past weekend?
Ryan Garcia, absolutely.
Yes, the Ryan Garcia fight. The question I want to ask you, as a young fighter, the future of the sport, watching another young fighter at that level, of course, fighting for a belt, but performing the way he did, what are your thoughts of that fight, and watching again in general, because we can go with 2 hands or 3 hands and name all these young fighters right beside you, your colleagues in the sport of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so great for the future of the sport, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. This fight this past weekend, I thought Ryan showed a lot more than anyone would have thought he would have showed. Ryan has always been, even in the amateurs, he was always at all the tournaments, always winning at tournaments. So a lot of people get the vibe of, oh, he's an Instagram social media star, but no, he's a dog. He can fight.
Yeah.
So obviously he showed that this weekend. true champions, they could fall, but they get back up and they go to work. So that body shot was money, right on the money. So, I mean, I think he passed his test, and it was a tough test. Obviously, the guy Luke Campbell, he's fought a lot of tough opposition. Jorge Linares, Lomachenko. So he's passed. He's been the guy he fought was in the ring with all true top guys. So that fight, I thought Ryan showed a lot more than what everyone thought he was going to show.
And again, I put that out there and ask you because it's so great to watch you guys, man. It's exciting. The younger generation, you, Ryan, Teofimo, Shakur, all the young cats just like really taking over the sport of boxing and dictating the pace of where this sport is headed and how exciting it's going to be for everybody. It's just exciting all the way across the board.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. Obviously the younger generation, Teofimo Lopez, obviously he's been taking over the sport. Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, I grew up with all of them in the amateurs. So seeing them do what they're doing, obviously they're a little bit older than me. So, I mean, but they're doing what they're doing. So I look at that as like, look, my time's coming. I'm right behind them. I'm coming up. Just keep taking my time, keep working hard, and put on for the younger generation.
So I'm not going to ask you to give anything away in the gym and your training and what have you. But again, we're so happy to hear that you're focused on the game and you're doing exactly what you need to do at this moment of time. Just coming in the year 2021, have you get any insights in your ear? Any thoughts? Hey, listen, you're going to return in February or March. Have you heard anything about a return to the ring?
Yeah. I'll have a fight date announced soon. Obviously, I'm out here I'm in camp. I'm working, but yeah, I should be announcing my fight date soon. It's going to be my biggest fight to date. So I mean, like I said, Al Heyman, they continually putting me on the biggest platform possible. And as a young fighter at my age, only 18, me being in the position I'm in, where I've dreamt of all this since I was a kid, and it's all starting to come true. I can't thank my team enough for what they've done for me and what they obviously have been planned in store for me in the future.
Definitely. Big shout out to of course, the man Al Heyman and Premier Boxing Champions and all the staff, Sam Watson, the Watson brothers, everybody connected, involved with that franchise. Just everything in general is awesome. Absolutely. Give a shout out to all your fans, Vito, because without them, man, I'm telling you, this is a great trip, and we appreciate you in the media, and we like you to take a moment and give a shout out to everybody out there that follows you.
Yeah, so first off, I want to shout out my family. Obviously, me not being with them at home, and obviously it takes a lot for them to see me leave and for the periods of time that I leave for. But I want to shout out my family. I want to shout out all my close friends, my close circle that I have back home, and all my fans around the world. I wake up every day and I always get either whether it's 2 or 3 DMs, I always have just, blessing, just looking forward to your career, the best for your career, whether it's in Italy, whether it's in France, whether it's anywhere around the world. So without my fans, obviously a lot of this is impossible because they put on the guys who are going to sell. So for me, I have a nice following on Instagram. It's just going to keep growing. And I'm really just blessed to have the fans that I have around the world, globally, and then across the U.S. I get love every day. Whether I post or if I just put up a story, I always get just a shout out from another person around the world. So thank you guys. Keep supporting me. And there's big news coming soon with my fight date. And definitely a lot more in store for my career in the next coming years.
Vito, a couple of shout outs here on Facebook that are tuning in and listening. Promoter Jesus Escalera, T&K Promotions out of Florida. Big shout out to you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Boxer Adam Lopez is on the line with us. Adam is on there. The Jose Suleiman family, the WBC family is on the line checking in. Jose Alonso Cello's on the line with us. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Nelson Lopez, big promoter here in Florida.
Yeah,
Man, everybody's tuning in, giving you some love, and we really appreciate you taking some time out of your training camp and coming on, man.
No, thank you everybody that's on here supporting. Even if you're going to be watching when this goes live on the internet, just thank you everybody for all the support. I'm blessed. I say it all the time, but I'm blessed for all the support that I get.
Hey, Vito, have you started any sparring yet in LA?
Yeah, so we'll probably start sparring. Obviously, I sparred my last camp, but for this fight, probably the next week or two, we'll start sparring. But right now, we're doing a lot on the floor. Me and Joe, we're just working on the things that we saw in my last fight. Obviously, there's going to be a lot from each fight that we're going to work on. But like I said, as the pieces to the puzzle start coming together, it's going to be a great recipe. I'm with Joe for a reason. I know what he could add to my arsenal and what I already have in my arsenal. So, yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Hey, Vito, check it out, man. Adam responded. He said, I owe him fantasy football dues.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. That's great stuff, Adam.
Yeah.
Good look, man.
Yeah, Adam's the man. I love Adam. Montequilla, baby.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, Vito. And we hope after your fight we can have you back on the show. Keep on punching, man. How can the fans follow you on the social media?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Vito Mielnicki. Follow me on Twitter at Vito Mielnicki Jr. And yeah, absolutely. I love coming on these kind of shows. And it's great exposure for me. Obviously, I want to get my name out there, and all this is just great for me. I absorb it all. I'm like a sponge, and I just love every aspect of the game. So I would love to get back on here.
Hey, Vito, do you have a T-shirt store or merchandise store I could buy a shirt?
Absolutely. I'm with Fit Warrior brand, FTWR.
Oh, you with Fit?
Yeah.
For real?
So I'm with them.
Okay.
The link is actually...
Give them a shout out, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to Fit Warrior brand. They have the best merch. They have the best product in terms of merchandise. So that link is actually in my Instagram bio and Twitter bio if you anyone is interested in buying that.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to get one myself.
Thank
and Vito, truly appreciate it, champ.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
Damon.
you coming on.
Thank you.
All right, keep on punching.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this evening in the Slip Punches show with Vito Mielnicki Jr. What a great young kid. We really like him a lot. He's doing some great things in the sport of boxing, and we're looking forward to continue to watch him grow in this sport. Once again, Latinbox Sports will be back shortly in another day. You have a great evening. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Bye-bye.